This is Eric Riker. I'm John Kilpatrick. We're with Okolona Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And one of the things I like to do, there's a guy, and I don't remember what the name of the YouTube channel is right now. I'll put a link in it below this video. But he puts up a daily video of a real assault somewhere in the world. And then he analyzes it in terms of his system and discusses what you might do. And boy, this is really educational. Then we come to the dojo and we discuss these attacks and talk about what we would do and practice what we would do against these kinds of attacks. And so one of the recent ones, a guy, and I'll be the guy, I'm standing here in line for an ATM, and I'm facing the camera, but you can pretend you're an ATM. And this guy is standing beside me, and he's got a newspaper or something he's fumbling around with. And then suddenly he comes and grabs my arm and starts stabbing. And actually, this guy that he just stabbed died, and then he attacked the guy in front of him, and that guy also died. So this was pretty vicious. And so the question is, well, what do you do? Well, now, if you get caught in not paying attention to what you're doing, thinking about all the money you're going to get out of the machine or how you can't afford to spend the money or whatever, and you're going to die there. So you have to have situational awareness. In situational awareness, one of the things that's really important is to be aware of people's hands. Can you see their hands? Can you see what's in their hands? Well, now this guy had a newspaper in his hands, and it's kind of crumpled up, and he's messing around with this. He's fidgeting around with the newspaper. Well, you don't know what that's about. And so you should be alert now, very alert, because something's going on here. Here this guy's standing there. What's he doing standing here, not in line at the ATM in the first place? ATM is a good place for burglars to hang out, and also, or robbers, whatever they are. And then he's got something in his hands, and you don't know what it is. And so this is something you really want to have your eye on, this guy, what's going on here around you. A lot of assaults are like this. Somebody's standing there and suddenly they start attacking you from behind or from the side. So then when he comes up and grabs you, in Aikido, we spin here. And that gets you out of the, well, that's one thing. That's the best thing to do, I think. But and certainly for us, anytime we have a straight attack coming, almost any time we spin. And we're usually trying to lead the person. So when he comes up and grabs, I'm going to spin, and now I'm behind him. I can really hurt him. That's what we do in Aikido, is get behind people and do things to them. So think about this. That spinning is a wonderful defense that gets you away from the weapons. And I've watched defenses that several different websites suggest for defending against this kind of attack. And I like what we do better than anything else I've seen by a long shot. Another kind of attack similar to this is where he grabs you behind the head and starts stabbing away. And this is the same thing. He grabs the head, you spin here, get behind him, and then you can do things, including run away. Although a lot of people point out it's really, when in an attack situation like that, it's really harder to run away faster and he can get you and stab you. So, you know, that's, even though that, we always say that's the best thing, get out of there. And you should have gotten out there when you saw this guy standing there. But get away from it if you can. And people say, well, just run away. Well, maybe and maybe not. I don't know. So when he grabs you by the head, one thing you don't want to do is try to hit him here. And that might work. You might knock him out. But if it doesn't, then you're trapped. His hand doesn't come loose here and you can't get away and he stabs you. So when you do this, it's important to come here, and that pushes him away from you and lets you have a chance to take him down or run out of the place or something.